Here we go.
I'm good right here.
It's not this type of show. Hi, everybody. Very Olympic. I love it. Like Mary Lou Retton. Hi, everybody. Hello. My Thursday people. Thank you for being here, everybody. Welcome to the show. Happy Thursday. One more alarm clock till the weekend. That's right. Let me get straightened up here. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thank you. Welcome to the show. One more alarm clock to the weekend. The weather is gonna be beautiful, and she's beautiful. Please say hello to Kendall, everybody. Hello.
Thank you. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
Yeah, Kendall and I are feeling a little good. You know, I think you guys can relate to this. And Kendall and I don't like a lot of pictures that are ever taken of me. I mean, you guys know how it is. You take it and you're like, oh, Sally, that was a horrible angle. You know what I mean? Well, no, you know, when your relative takes a picture and they take it from this angle, you know, and nobody looks good down there.
I thought I looked good today.
Well, Goofball and I, we're both goofballs. We took these photos for the new season of our show, our first publicity photos, they call them together. And it's the first picture that I've liked of like me in a long time, and you look stunning. So you guys go see it on the Jason Show Facebook page right now. Just search for Jason Show TV and like us, and you can see us. We laughed, didn't we, that day?
Oh my gosh, we had so much fun.
Yeah, so go check that out. Hey, speaking of beautiful people, you have a little a special little greeting.
I do. Kevin and Sid, Mark, my parents, they got married 32 years ago today. So happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Mom and Dad rocking that 1987 look right there.
Is that 1980? Look at that. Is that like a flower? What is your mom wearing on her head?
She's wearing a flower crown.
That's a flower crown.
Oh yeah, I wore one for my wedding, so don't say too much.
I'm not going to. I'm not shaming the flower. The audience is like, Jason, don't say anything. No, I'm not. I like a flower crown.
No, it was good. And it was an awesome small wedding, but my mom says the funniest thing about this picture is that she said that her one request for my father was to not wear a white suit.
And what does he do?
He's wearing a white suit.
He's wearing a white suit, yeah. Well, that's the late 80s, though. That was...
I don't know.
People, Don Johnson, people didn't wear socks back then because of Miami Vice. Did you know that? Oh, that was a big thing, yeah.
No.
It was all pastels. And nobody wore socks. Men didn't wear socks because Don Johnson didn't wear them.
Did it smell everywhere?
It did, yeah, it did. It was the late 80s smelled horrible. That's right. Hey, but before we get going, I have no vanity anymore. I mean, you've seen me. I don't. Yesterday, I was out for a run, and I go down by the Mississippi. I go by like the Stone Arch, and I go down. And audience, I was running around and I went to turn this corner and I was on the edge of the sidewalk because you share it with the bikes, and I don't want to make the bike people angry. I'm always afraid I'm going to make them angry. So I'm all the way on the edge, and I went to make a right, and I was looking at someone that I thought that I recognized. I was like, oh, is that? And I went, and my right foot went off the cement, and I fell into a bush. Like a big, I felt like Countess Luann. Countess Luannica, I fell right into a bush. My hip right here is a little scratched up, and I laid there on my back, and I'm like, I'm just gonna wait for him to go, and then I'll get up so no one will see me. It was horribly embarrassing, but I got up and brushed myself off and hobbled my way right home.
The visuals I'm getting.
And the price you pay. It's time. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. Doing the little spoon today. The star, oh, this is good. The star of Grey's Anatomy, opening up about what life used to be like on the set of that ABC show. Ellen Pompeo talking to Variety. She said the culture behind the scenes was toxic at Grey's Anatomy for the first decade. Like, toxic for 10 years on that show. She said she wanted to leave many times, but said she never wanted off the bus in the year that she could have actually have left because of contracts. Once Patrick Dempsey left, she said she made it her mission to prove that the cast didn't need a male lead to lead the show. And hey, I admit I am not a Grey's Anatomy. Do you watch Grey's?
I used to.
You watch? Yeah, a lot of people. I have never watched Grey's, but you got to give it up for the show for longevity. It started in 2004, so I think it's going on its 15th season. That's a record, I believe. So she called out kind of Patrick Dempsey. So think of all the people that made drama on that show. You got Patrick Dempsey, a legendary that they didn't like each other. Isaiah Washington. Remember, he said, was it homophobic things?
Yes.
So we had Isaiah Washington. Then you had Katherine Heigl.
Aaron just threw up a little bit.
Schwab literally vomited on the floor.
Yeah.
Katherine Heigl, who caused drama because remember in 2008, she was nominated for an Emmy and she rejected it because she said that the writers didn't write good enough scripts.
She wasn't challenged.
The scripts weren't good enough for the Emmys. What was it?
Challenged.
She wasn't feel challenged. And then T.R. Knight, is that his name? T.R. Knight, who was from here, performer to the Guthrie. He wasn't, I guess, easy on the set either. So you had a lot of people in that first 10 years that, well, it only takes one bad apple, and you got, 4 possible bad apples there to create a toxic environment.
Totally. She basically said, hey, eventually it was rough. It was fine, though. I just wanted my break. And then I had kids, and it was kind of like, hey, it doesn't matter what I'm going through. I'm never going to make as much money as I do now, so I'm just going to stick with it. My dear, again, everything in my life goes back to Oprah or Dallas. I will quote Larry Hagman, and Larry Hagman famously said, you never leave a hit show. You never, ever leave a hit show. And now it's paid off because Ellen Pompeo makes $20 million a season. That's right. Yeah. Now, he doesn't make quite this much money, but James Corden is next in the hot dish, visited Stern yesterday and talked about a range of politics, including what he considers a bad show. Look at this.
I think a bad show for me is one, I think, where we've just made what I consider to be a talk show that anybody could do. Like those are the ones where I'll go, well, anyone could have done that. Right. Anybody could have read those jokes, done that desk bit, asked those questions, introduced that band and said goodnight. Anybody could have done that. And the ones that I love are the ones where I go, no, that's what we can do. That's what we're capable of whether it's big song, huge taped bit, out, carpool, whatever, big sketch, chat, music, like
I
anything
get that,
where it feels alive,
Because you've said you view your show as...
Yeah, that's nice. I like that he has that level for himself in his show. James says he actually doesn't consider himself a broadcaster, but as a performer instead. That's a good, I would agree with him. I mean, because he is like a quadruple threat. He can sing, he can dance, he's a Broadway star. He's hosting the Emmys. He also revealed the Tonys this Sunday. He also revealed that they had planned to play Fill Your Guts or Spill Your Guts with Cher, but she slid him a note saying she didn't want to do it. He didn't want to cancel the segment, so he pleaded with her and promised it was safe. So she changed her mind at the last minute. Look at Cher right there. In the end, she ate cow tongue and dried caterpillar. Yeah. Oh. Neither of which I would do. But he is. Think about that show. This is why I love him, whether he's a performer or broadcaster. I love him in his show because in that show, in television, is still pretty new. He has created bits that I think will last for a very long time. Carpool karaoke, the Spill Your Guts, Fill Your Guts. The thing with the green screen where he has famous stars act out all of their movies in 2 minutes.
I've never seen that one. That sounds hilarious.
Oh, it's fantastic. Sidewalk, the musical.
That's my favorite.
Crosswalk, the musical.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Nobody
so
else.
Funny.
He's right. Nobody else can do that. I mean, you can turn on and Conan. Everyone does a monologue, and some do it with a higher success rate than others. I always think Conan does a really good one. Everyone can do this. But the stuff he does, none of the guys and women doing late night can do what James Corden does, and that's why he's so good. Yeah. He's hosting the Tony Awards on Sunday. Next in the dish, Madonna is out with a new album. It's called Madam X. She sat down with the New York Times and revealed something kind of interesting. She doesn't like her old music, like this, which is one of my all-time favorite songs, Vogue, and I used to know the entire choreography to this. But anyway, yeah, I did. This is actually, I used to be able to perform this whole video, but anyway.
I'm not surprised.
I could. She said if she's out somewhere and one of her songs start playing, like if she's at Best Buy or something, she goes, ugh, because she said she's heard it a billion times. Madge, I love you, and I do. But here's the deal. You may be sick of all of those songs, but we are not. And we like, fine, go play a few of your new songs, but we put a new spin on it. But we want to hear Vogue. We want to hear True Blue. We want to hear Express Yourself. That's why we want to come to your show. I mean, great with your new music, but I don't want a concert full of all of your new stuff. Because the concerts, you want to get up and you want to dance and you want to have a communal experience. If nobody knows the words to the new stuff, it's not fun.
When I went to Britney, if I would have gone and she would have done all of this like new music, I would have been so disappointed because I went to Britney to hear Britney classics.
Yes.
If I, like you're saying, if I see Madonna, I don't care about your new Maluma. What's the
No,
what the
and I
movie
gotta tell
she
you,
sang with? I mean, it's great. Like, I like that you're doing new things, and Madonna's like totally BA. But like, what you're saying, like, I want to see Vogue.
I want to see all of those, and that's why I love Madonna's concerts. But that's always my one beef is, give me a little bit more of the classic. Like, give me some La Isla Bonita, or you know what I mean. And she doesn't do. I love that song. I love it.
So
like
good.
a prayer. Yeah. Lots more to come, everybody. Stay right there. We'll be back right after this.
Coming up, y'all have to see this video. It's so good.
Put the whole thing in your mouth. Buddy, it's not.
Dax Holt's young son tries gum for the first time, and it is adorable. Then, Miss Minnesota USA Kat Stanley is back in the Jason Show studio. What was it like making it to the top 15? Plus, you know us. We're playing a little game. And Kendall is doing another 9 to 5. This time, she's playing Tom Cruise and Cocktail minus the Beach Boys theme song when she's a bartender at a sports bar. That's all coming up. So, stay right there.
Play drinking games too.
We would. Not on set, but we played this brilliant game called Tequila Slaps. Does anyone know Tequila Slaps? No, it's just an X-Men thing.
Yeah.
You want to play?
Yeah, they said you wanted to do something with me. I don't know what it is,
really
but I'll
wanna
do
play
it
this
with. But
game
I will
with you.
do it if you walk me through it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so basically, two people stand opposite one another. One person takes a shot, and before they have time to swallow it, the other person slaps them around the face.
You're nice and tall. I like that.
Thank you.
Okay.
So you take the shot.
Okay, and how much time do I get? Just go?
Not much time.
Let me tell you, Kendall's been wanting to play that with me for months.
Oh,
That's
forever.
right, yeah. You should do that, but with like Kool-Aid or something. What's the point of the game, though?
I don't know.
I mean, does he try to finish it before he gets slapped?
I don't think there is a point.
No, I think it's just, yeah, that's Sophie Turner on with Conan last night. More late night. Did you guys see on the news yesterday that chopper rescue out of Arizona where, yeah, thank you, audience, where the woman, you know, it's like, here's the good news, you're rescued. Here's the bad news, they're going to spin you. This woman had quite the dizzying experience, and here's Colbert's take.
All right, they're lifting her out of there. Okay, spinning a little bit. Okay, jump ahead. And... oh, my God! What is happening? What on earth is happening? Did you... The fire captain said that she suffered no ill effect from the spin other than being a little bit dizzy. In fact, when reached for comment, the woman said... The rescue team was never really concerned. A Phoenix fire captain explained.
I was able to kind of, get in her face a little bit and just make sure her eyes were open and just, told her that everything was going to be okay. We were at least able to make some eye contact, and I could tell that she was doing okay.
You made eye contact? How? Ma'am, are you okay? Ma'am, are you all right? Are you okay?
I can't imagine.
I'd be like, get the giant saw and just cut it off.
Oh,
and
let me.
Just drop me.
I'll go back in the desert.
Yes.
Or where was she rescued from? The desert.
I don't know. She
Yeah.
wasn't that far from the ground. I'd
Let
be
the
like,
creatures eat me. I don't care. I don't want to be. That's horrifying.
horrifying.
You would be so. Have you ever been rescued? You know, we're still getting to know you. I know.
What?
Whatever, audience.
Go on.
Have you ever been rescued? I mean, have you ever been injured like like that? Have you ever been? We're still getting to know each other, so I don't know.
I've
Maybe
never
you have
been helicopter evac'd out of Phoenix. No.
Okay, no, but anywhere. Have you ever like been trapped in a cave or anything? Nothing in your life, like a well. You fell down a well or anything?
I
don't know. I'm trying to get to know Kendall more.
I jumped off a car once and dislocated my shoulder, and we had to call an ambulance.
May I ask why you jumped off a car?
Because I was like 14 and I dropped my ice cream and then I was holding on the side of the car and the car moved and I thought it was funny to jump off and roll and tuck, but I rolled and tucked and I dislocated something in the Jason, I'm very breakable.
Take this camera.
What are we doing?
Leo, take this camera.
Okay.
No, not that one. This one. Don't do that, kids. Don't do that. Yes.
I mean, I'm fine.
Well, obviously. My goodness.
I
Why did I ask that
I
question?
get bored. I don't know.
I know. Next in the dish, actor Marlon Wayans is taking on trolls, or you know what I call them, monsters, critical of his daughter. 2 days ago, he posted this picture of his daughter saying, "Happy Pride to my pride and joy. I wouldn't change one thing about you." Well, the intolerant trolls wrote back saying she wasn't old enough to understand her sexuality and he can teach her differently, to which Marlon had the best response ever. Marlon said, "She's 19, she is who she is, love her for her and not what I want her to be." Some asked him to delete, some asked him to delete the haters, but this was even better. He said he was leaving it up there because it was important to show folks that intolerance and ignorance still exists in the world. Yeah. Why would you? Here's what, obviously, I feel strongly about this, but let's just break it down to just an even more simple level. You hear all these stories all this time about deadbeat dads who aren't really present. This, in the news, this dad does this, and the poor mom is. You have a dad there. You have Marlon Wayans, who's a terrific father, and is letting his daughter be herself, which is really, in my opinion, is one of the greatest gifts a parent can give their child, is to set them up to be a good human being and to let them live their truth. He's doing that. By all accounts, he's a great dad, and people are still criticizing him. I don't understand that whatsoever. Still ahead, everybody. Oh, the audience not agreeing with me. Still ahead. Miss Minnesota is in the house, fresh off her top 15 finish at the Miss USA pageant. But next, we're talking with Dax Holt with the latest Hollywood gossip. Plus, look at this video, everybody. Wait till you hear the behind-the-scenes story about this when we return. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Our half-hour hot dish continues now with our good friend, and we give him a fancy title of Insider to the Stars. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Dax Holt from Hollywood Pipeline. Hi, Dax.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, Dax, forget the Hollywood stars. The biggest star right now is your son. So we have the video of your son trying his first piece of gum. Now, do we have the soundbite or what? Do we just have the video, guys? What do we have? The soundbite. Here we go. Teleprompt.
Okay, do the whole thing because it's easier to chew when you have the whole thing. Did you just swallow it?
No.
Let me see it. Did you swallow it?
It's okay. It's okay. Put the whole thing in your mouth, buddy. It's not a big deal.
Nico.
Nico, it's not a big deal. Put the whole thing in your mouth
Just
and
put
chew.
the whole thing in.
It's okay.
Okay, put the whole thing in. I think it was so small that it was hard to keep in your mouth.
But when it's bigger, it's easier. Yep. Chew.
Oh, the whole thing. The whole thing.
Chew. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Just keep chewing.
Just like that.
Just keep chewing. Keep chewing. Okay, don't stop chewing. Do you like gum?
Does it taste good?
Don't swallow it.
Oh, Dax. So cute. Does he like it
Did you
now?
get to the part? Did you get the part where he goes, all done?
All done. No, yeah. All done. He swallowed it, didn't he? Did he swallow it?
He swallowed it again.
Oh, God.
He swallows it again, and then he looks at it and he goes, now what?
I know. Now what do I do? Were you, Dax, when you were a kid, were you ever told, my family used to lie to me and say that gum would never digest, that I shouldn't
They told me that gum would stay in my stomach for 7 years,
Yes!
so I couldn't swallow it.
Yes, that's what I was told too.
And I'm like, why is this the lie that all parents? Is it just so that like mentally you don't swallow it? I don't know why that's like the common lie that all parents tell their children.
I was also told that if I swallowed watermelon seeds, that a watermelon would grow in my belly. Yeah, I'm not kidding.
The funny part is now being a dad. I mean, there are quite a few white lies that I tell my children all the time.
Absolutely.
Like I tell them, I could go through quite the list of things that I've told my children that I know in the back of my head isn't true, but it's going to make them a better person.
Exactly. Okay, let's get to some stars. Katy Perry released a new single, which I love, and she's looking quite fashionable, isn't she?
Yeah, this woman is like such a chameleon. I mean, she goes from day to day, her hair changes color and length, her clothing, everything. She's just so fun to watch, but she was out in this like 60s style, super retro outfit. It's like an orange dress with flowers. She's got the big white sunglasses on. And I think that, she was eating at a really popular sushi restaurant out here in LA. But I just love that she is constantly evolving. Like you said, she's got this new single out called Never Really Over. It's gotten a lot of mixed reviews. Some people love it. Some people just hate it. And I think it hasn't really cracked onto the Billboard quite yet, which is kind of surprising because Katy Perry has been one of those people that has lived at the top of the Billboard. So a little surprising. It has racked up over 30 million views on her YouTube. But I guess I'm just a little surprised. There's a lot of competition out there these days with big heavy hitters like Billie Eilish and Cardi B and some people that were not around when she was really at her, I guess, peak.
Yeah. Finally, Maluma having some fun on vacation.
This guy has also become very famous very quickly. I know he's been famous in the Latin community, but now has kind of crossed over. He recently had that song with Madonna, but he has taken some time for himself, got him down in Cabo with his girlfriend, and they were all over each other. Major PDA on the beach. He was having fun, playing some ping pong, drinking, hanging out in his little purple shorts by the pool. I just feel like he's one of those stars that's like, he is at the top of his game right now, having just a wonderful time and a lot of people loving him.
Yeah, I think he's going to be around for a while. Don't you, Dax?
Totally. You know what? It's kind of reminds me of like the Enrique time.
Yes.
Where this Latin star shows up on the scene and everyone falls in love with him.
Absolutely. Just like your son. Just like your son. Dax, have a great weekend. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Still ahead, but don't forget, follow Dax on social media to search for Dax Holt. And don't forget to follow Hollywood Pipeline as well for the latest in Hollywood. Dax does a great job with the site. Still ahead, she wowed the judges of the Miss USA pageant, earning herself top 15 honors. We're chatting with Miss Minnesota USA, Kat Stanley, when we return. Back after this. Miss Minnesota. Welcome back, everybody. How was that for a throwback Thursday? Tom Cruise learning to become a big-time bartender in his hit movie Cocktail. That movie came out in the summer of '88, 31 years ago, and it also brought us the iconic Beach Boys song Kokomo. Well, Tom Cruise isn't the only one with dreams of becoming a bartender. Our own Kendall was invited to learn the business of tending bar at local sports bar JJ's Clubhouse. It is time for another Kendall Try My 9 to 5.
driven by this place a bajillion times off 394, like never gotten off, but I'm really glad I did. This is JJ's Clubhouse because 9 to 5 time with Tara. Hi. You're a bartender and manager here, and I'm gonna do your job. Yes. Which will be so great. I just get to like fling drinks. So tell me what does your normal day look like?
Going through the bar, you got to make sure you have all your fruit stocked, all your beer stocked.
Okay.
Make sure everything's obviously wiped and looking clean, looking fresh for the morning. Because as you can see, for lunchtime, we opened up at 11. We're already almost packed.
Right.
So it's a good thing you came now, because if it was a Friday night, we wouldn't even be able to stand here right now. It's packed.
Got any tips of the trade for me?
Just smile, be yourself.
I remember always the saying, it's like being a duck. You're very flowing on the surface, and underneath you're like, so I'm like sweating in anticipation of like losing my stuff. What is that? Okay. Oh,
that's just a mellow yellow.
Oh, mellow yellow. I was like, what's that fancy
That's just
thing?
mellow yellow.
Vodka soda, starting off very basic. So normally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. This guy wants this one.
Oh,
And a lime.
there you go. And then you bring it to whoever you want.
I get to bring it to someone.
What is it?
It's a vodka soda.
I'll put it right there.
Oh yeah, I made it.
There we go.
Happy Thursday. He just said, I gotta tell you, somehow you screwed up a vodka soda. Thank you. Like this?
Yep, make sure it's a little bit tight, and then just pull it forward.
Here we go.
And let it overflow until you see it. No, keep going.
Oh, keep going?
Keep
For
going.
real? You want me to keep going?
Yep.
Oh my God, I'm making a mess. Okay, Belle's one. Now where do I go?
Now, I believe she needs it over there at the station down there.
I
where
have
we
to
just
go
are
to
making
the
drinks.
station. God, it's slow. Whoopsies, backing things up.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, big old bloody time. So, just want to get the rim a little bit wet. Vodka, do your regular count. Got our bloody mix. We're gonna go ahead and dump that in. So here is the skewer. You shove that in right here.
My God.
Then you still get a celery stalk with a beef stick.
Oh, you put that all in there.
And just when you think you're done, we're gonna go ahead and get a pickle. Fit that in there. The final product.
Slow clap. Do you do that every time you make it? Do you slow clap it?
My first couple times I did, because it took me a while to get used to making these, but yeah.
It should be great.
Yeah.
Easy breezy. Cheers, boys. Up.
If it overflows a little bit, that's fine.
It's going well. It's going very, very well for me. So this end first.
Pointy end down.
Oh my gosh. Literally going everywhere. Okay. What? Get next to the meat stick. Oh my good. Alrighty. Ugh. My work here is done. Oh. It's fine. Last thing I want to learn is flair bartending. You like flip the bottles and stuff. You guys, I've seen it in movies. You guys do that, right?
Yeah, no, you can do it. If you know how to do it, you can teach me. I'm all for it, but this girl, I can't.
No?
No.
Okay. Ready? Watch this. Thanks. He said nice catch. I'm gonna go. Just gonna go.
Wow. You know what I was thinking? It's like, there are like fancy craft cocktail places that, they take a tweezer and they do it. What's great about JJ's and places like JJ's is that it's volume. It's like you you have to keep going because the people want the vodka sodas.
Right.
That's where the pressure. The drinks are delicious, yes, but it is the volume of people. Yeah.
Yeah, I for real was slowing up the line.
Were you?
I was like, I'm so sorry,
Were
you
people
guys.
giving you dirty looks?
No, they were just like, we really need that beer.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm so sorry.
Get out of the way, TV girl.
I know. They were so nice though. We're laughing behind me because
They're
Tara
right here.
and Barb
The
are
JJ's
right here.
they're right behind us.
They're right here. No, they were so nice and gracious, and I'm just like a.
Were you ever a bartender? Because I always talk about
I was, but it was a long time ago, and
You forget the
I honest
skills.
to God could not fit all the things in the thing. It was bad.
Yeah, I always say
Shoving it in there.
I could go back, like if I needed to, I could go back to Red Lobster and be a server tomorrow.
Yes, I have said that. I mean, it would take some time. We'd have to get the wheels moving. But it's always kind of like, I could maybe do it again.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, if you watch that, maybe I can't.
Don't worry, guys. If you missed it, we're going to put this whole segment on our Facebook page. And don't forget, you can get full episodes of our show. Just subscribe to us on YouTube. Go to YouTube and search for The Jason Show and hit that subscribe button. We have months and months and months and months of full episodes in the archive. So just go to YouTube right now. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. So, I tell you all the time, one of my favorite things about doing the show is the fact that we are live each weekday. I love live television. It's like a high wire act every day. Today is one of those days where it's truly live because, as I told you at the beginning of the show, Miss Minnesota was supposed to be here. She is not here. I don't know. She might be stuck in traffic, stuck on 494. We'll have Kendall check the MnDOT cameras, but she is not here, so we hope to have her on a future episode. But right now, we're going to go in the audience because it's time to put all of them to the test with another round of Pick Your Poison, which is a version of Would You Rather. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give each person in our audience the choice between two, bad choices, and they have to pick which one and explain why. Let's welcome our first audience member. Come on over here. Go ahead. Thank you, Aaron. Hi, Jesse. How are you?
Hi, good.
Good. Let me ask you, pick your poison. Wear shoes, you can get closer to me, I don't bite, I swear. Wear shoes that are 2 sizes too small for the rest of your life, or wear Crocs every day for the rest of your life.
Probably Crocs.
Crocs?
Yeah.
It's probably the better option.
Sounds less painful.
Less painful?
Yeah.
They're comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't go with every outfit, but they are comfortable.
I'd get used to it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I love Crocs. Don't email me if you're a Croc lover. I like them. Let's bring up Marcus. Come on, Marcus. Come on over here. Give it up for Marcus. Marcus, where are you from?
Finland.
Finland? What? Seriously?
Yes.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're here. You're here when the whole show goes to crap. This is great. Okay, here's your question. Would you rather have every pimple you get last a year or spend every day of the rest of your life on an airplane?
On the airplane, I suppose.
Yes, probably the best choice.
I can stay there. Like you can eat and stuff.
Exactly, and you were just on an airplane, and it's a little bit better. Thank you, son. Have a good trip. Okay, let's welcome Suvi. Come over here, Suvi. Did I get that right?
Suvi.
Suvi.
Yeah,
okay.
That's a Finnish name. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's Finland! Holy crap, it's Finland Day on the show. Okay, let's do. Let me give you a good one since you're a real special guest.
Thank you.
Let me get you a good one. Okay, here we go.
Oh, no.
Run barefoot across a football field covered in Legos, or always be running 30 minutes late to everything.
Oh, running late. No. That's not my thing.
You're punctual.
Yes.
Very punctual in Finland. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You.
Yeah, me.
Yeah. No Legos for you.
Well, I'll get it.
You'll get that there. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's welcome Tara. Come on over here. Is it Tara or Tara?
Tara.
Tara.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you for working with Kendall over there.
Oh, she did amazing.
Didn't she do? I mean,
She
it's
did.
hard. How long have you been a bartender?
Since I was 15.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Do you still love it?
I love it.
Yeah. It's the people. It makes
the
it
people,
fun.
it's the atmosphere, it's,
Yeah.
I'm a people person, so
By the way, tell everyone we didn't get where JJ's is, by the way.
Off of 394 in Louisiana in Golden Valley.
Yeah, so come down and see him. Okay, let me give you a good one. Let's say her. Oh, okay. For the rest of your life, only be able to communicate by shouting as loud as you can, or you have to sing everything you say for the rest of your life. Shout or sing?
Shout. I don't sing.
You don't sing?
Nope. I don't sing.
You'll just be.
I try.
And you know what? For your occupation, shouting isn't a
Yeah,
bad thing.
it's not. Yeah, I'm used to it.
With it being so loud in there,
Yeah.
they'll think you're just talking at a normal
Exactly.
volume. Perfect. Thank you so much. And finally, let's welcome Val. Come on over here, Val. Hi, Val.
Hey,
Where
how
are
are
you
you?
from?
Hudson, Wisconsin.
Oh, I love Hudson.
I love it.
That's where my favorite band, Yam House, is from.
Oh,
I you like the boys?
Yes, I love when they're on your show. They're so
Oh,
fun.
yeah, I love the Yam House. Okay, let me find you, Val. Let me see here. Let's see. Let's get you a good one. Okay, here we go. Never eat chocolate again. Do you like chocolate?
I like chocolate.
Okay. Or eat the last meal you had for every meal for the rest of your life. Whatever you just ate, that's the only thing you can eat for the rest of your life.
Oh.
No chocolate or that?
I like variety, so I have to give up the chocolate.
Oh, I'm very sorry about that. That's very... Poor Val. Poor Val. You can get Pick Your Poison on Amazon. It's a great game to play at the cabin. You can find it. Just search for Pick Your Poison on Amazon. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. I'll be answering more of your questions. Y'all asked me a lot of questions yesterday on our Facebook page. We'll do that when we return. Back after this. Thank you, Val. Can I get a hug? Thank you, sweetheart. Welcome back, everybody. Kendall joins me again. Well, hello.
Hey, I feel like we could just pretend that I'm Miss Minnesota.
I was going to say, yeah, again, if you're wondering, I got it 2 things. Let me just say, we hope to welcome Miss Minnesota. I'm sure she's stuck in traffic or something, so we can't wait to welcome her back to the show. I also have to give a shout out, by the way, to our studio audience because, as I said, I may love live television, but yeah. I may love live television, but these folks have been troopers because we pulled them out of the studio audience to go on TV when they really didn't want to stand up and be on TV. So I want to say thank you to our studio audience today. They really hung up. They really hung with us. Also, at the top of the show, I mentioned, and you know, I wrote this on Facebook. I did. Kind of an honest moment. A couple months ago, I kind of opened up to all of you because I figured I thought maybe you guys could relate. I opened up how the last few years I haven't been real comfortable with my appearance, which is weird. You think, oh my God, you have a show. My struggle with weight, which is going to be a struggle for the rest of my life. It's my kind of thing. So a couple months ago, as you know, we launched Spring Training with Jason, and we started working out. I started working out like a fool in March. And I bring all this up because I don't really, another real honest moment, I don't always like pictures of myself. Again, weird for a dude that has a TV show. But I think some of you can relate to that. We took these publicity photos for the new season of our show, and Kendall looks amazing. And it's the first photo of us that I've liked in years, so I wanted to show it to you. Because look how good Kendall looks. Do we have it there, control room? Look at us.
So do
look
you,
at that.
Jace.
Yeah. It's a fun little picture, and you'll be seeing more of those when we launch season 5 coming up. I can't believe that. Coming up in September, and then here's the other one of just my big goober face. But yeah, anyway. So here we go. So now we're answering some of your questions on our Facebook page. One of the questions comes from Meredith. She writes, if you two weren't doing broadcasting or television, what occupation would you do? Kendall, ladies first. It's a good question.
Wow. If I wasn't on TV, I've always said that like my dream would be to own some kind of animal welfare reserve or like work on one, like save the cheetahs. You know, I'm honest to God, I would love to do something like that with animals. But if I quit my job, I'd be a mailman. For real. I would.
Seriously?
Yes. I would love to just be outside every day. You know me, I'm such a hippie.
I'm not in a bad way. I'm not judging at all. Mm-hmm. I think that totally surprises me in the most delightful way. You'd be a postal worker.
Yeah. So but my end of my career when I'm retired, I'd love to own an animal sanctuary.
I love that. What about
you?
I would do, people ask, I spend time, we're under construction right now. I usually spend time with the studio audience afterwards. And this is a question that comes up that, if I didn't do this, what would I be doing? Truly, if I didn't do this, I always knew that I wanted to do this since I was a weird kid, but I would be a 3rd grade teacher. I would be a teacher because my 3rd grade teacher, Mrs. Freese, who I talk about all the time, changed my life forever. So to have that power with somebody, I think is pretty magical. Or I would open a restaurant. I would absolutely open a restaurant or a bar like JJ's. I would. I like that.
Yeah.
I like creating kind of a show in a different way because I think restaurants are a different type of show every single night.
And it helps people feel good. And that's sort of what you do now. So it just makes sense.
Bonnie writes to us, you guys have a great way of talking to people and making them feel comfortable. Has there ever been a time when you felt like you had nothing to say or you couldn't come up with anything to talk about on the fly? Have you ever gotten, now for you, because people, if you don't know, Kendall, this is just one of Kendall's several jobs. You also do stuff for the Minnesota Wild. Have you ever had a moment where you go blank live on television?
Oh, yeah. It happens, I would say, like once a game.
Really?
But you just cover it up. I mean, we interview Mighty Mites after they do their scrimmage, and those kids don't talk, but you have to fill 2 minutes with these kids. And I'll be like, so what was your favorite point of the game? And they'll be like, the puck.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's your favorite player? Parisi? Yeah. So, I mean, just filling that 2 minutes and making it funny for an audience.
Kids are hard. Because if you get
killer.
a kid that's not like outgoing,
Right.
they freeze up because they're nervous. They don't do this.
Oh, yeah, they're all chatty off camera, and then you get that camera in, and they're like,
Yeah. I don't, to answer that question, it's not a, it's not an arrogance thing, but I really don't get nervous doing the show. It's very natural to me.
Right.
The same way with the radio show. The only time I get nervous is when, to answer this question, I never really run out of things to say. Insert your own joke there. But the only thing that can trip me up is a guest that gives one-word answers. You know what I mean? That gives you, or a guest that doesn't, I always use this phrase, a guest that doesn't come to play. When they're just kind of stonewall and you ask them, trying to engage them, you ask them a question, they go, yes. And it's like, okay, where do you go with that?
Yeah.
And that's the only time when you can physically see me kind of get nervous, so to speak.
Right.
That's the only time.
Right. So, yeah, kind of the same thing. So, like,
Yes.
the person just is not answering, and you're like, I'm just going to have to do something for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lori wants to know, who was your very first crush, and do you still keep in touch with them?
Oh, gosh.
Do you still keep in touch with your first, little...
No, his name was Mike Jackson. And so we used to pretend that I'd be like Kendall Jackson, like the wine. But we didn't know it was wine. When we were kids, we just would see the sign on the, at the, what I now know is a liquor store. They'd be like, Kendall Jackson. And it'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to marry him.
Yeah. Mine, I still keep in contact with Tanya Kreiner. She has a different name now. She's on Facebook. Hi, Tanya. I keep in touch with both of my first girlfriend.
Really?
And my first, Bernice Corley. Hi, Bernice. I reconnected with her recently, about 4 years ago. And then Tanya she lived across the street. Her mom sold Avon. And Tanya and it was my first kiss. And I remember where we were. We were right by her doorstep, and I kissed her, and I asked her if it was all right. And then I kissed her, and then I asked her if it was all right again. And then we grew up together, and now she's married and has a beautiful family. And then one more, my longest girlfriend and the girl that I probably would have married. The girl, seriously, if I hadn't started living my truth, her name is Holly. She watches our show every day, or not every day, but she's in Tennessee, has a husband named Jason, and has a husband.
Small world.
And I love Holly. Holly Fisher is her name, and I love her very much, and she holds a very special place in my heart. So Holly, Tanya, Bernice, I love you, ladies. I love you. Keep the questions coming. We could be answering them on a future edition of our show. And don't forget, if you haven't done so already, follow us on social media. Just search for Jason Show TV on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We always post, today we've been doing behind the scenes videos all day on Instagram. And then our personal ones, just search for Jason Matheson and Kendall Mark. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back to wrap up the show after these words. Welcome back, everybody. Love this audience today. They're troopers. Kendall joins me again. Before we go, this story cracks me up. You won't believe what happened to a family in Texas ahead of their graduation party, probably, I think, for the son. A mix-up at the Walmart ended with the family getting a fake cake for their party. So here's the deal. They went to pick up the cake at the Walmart, only to learn the store had lost their order. Look at this video, everybody. So to fix the mistake, Walmart told the family to pick out anyone they wanted for free. Well, they did, but when they went to go slice the cake, it turns out the sheet cake was a display and was actually styrofoam inside. Walmart, oh my gosh. Walmart issued a statement saying it was all a misunderstanding and gave them a Walmart gift card. I bet they did. But the family says they can't make up for the grad's embarrassment at her party. Okay, now, let me just talk to the parents real quick. I ain't trying to make your bad day even worse, but are you kidding me? She is going to remember that for the rest of her life in such a fun way. Who cares? It's not
so
about
good.
the cake. It's about the people there. That's gonna live forever.
So funny. And you just made like national news.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
So come on, don't be that hard on the Wally world. Tomorrow on the show, a dedication to friends. I'm so excited about tomorrow's show. In honor of National Friends Day on Saturday, we're celebrating our best friends, talking about what makes a BFF and how to make new friends. Kendall's best friend's going to join us, and my best friend will join us tomorrow. Don't miss it. That's going to do it for us. If you're a kid watching and you're being bullied, go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. See you tomorrow, everybody.